Hi, welcome back to the Arcade Repair Tips video series. Today we're going to talk about dip switches. Okay, first of all, let's talk about what is a dip switch. Well, dip switch stands for dual inline packaging switch, and they're never in one, they're always a set of them. So what we're going to look for on your board is a set of switches, and we use these switches to make adjustments. Some of the adjustments that can be made, for instance, would be the number of lives in a game, or what time you hit a bonus man, or the difficulty of a game. So what you want to do is refer to your manual and see if you have trouble finding one. We listed some sites that you can get a manual, and you need to go back and find what the dip switches are or how you would like them set for your game room. Well, we're going to make a few changes to a Centipede board today, and we're going to look at it and see how we can affect the way the game. And also remember, dip switches are what a lot of times will allow us to set your game on free play. So if you don't want to have to coin or credit your game each time, you might want to check and see what the dip switch settings are for free play. And so we're going to just dive right into this today, and I hope you guys get something from this. Again, today we're looking at some dip switches on a Centipede board. These are these right here. Now these are blue. A lot of times I've seen them blue, sometimes red, sometimes black. They can be different colors, so don't be fooled by that. But they're always involved these sets of switches that you can push up or down. You'll see me, I'm using my HAP control screwdriver that I talk about a lot. We'll go down and up. Now I'm really pushing on that to make it change. Those aren't real easy to do because you don't want them to switch. A lot of times you'll hear people call them a hard dip switch because you actually physically have to do this. It's not a soft dip switch would be something you go into your menu and you can just change. So a lot of newer games have soft dip switches. A lot of older ones have these hard ones. Also, there's a small group here. And these, in this game, control the coin up and how you want to play. So anyway, if you look up, there's a set of numbers. 8 is really common, 8 or 4, and you just move them up. Up would be on, or a lot of times they'll say on up here, and down would be off. So if you're looking at your manual, and let's say it said for free play, all these 4 dip switches would have to be off. It'll say off, 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 off. You're going to just change this to off, off. And let's say, for instance, it said for 1/4 one play, dip switch 1 on, everybody else off. You would turn this one on and leave everybody else off. Or for 50 cents a play, it might tell you 1 and 3 on, everybody else off. That's what you're going to do. You're going to see in your manual, it's going to say on, off, etc. like that. What we're going to do though is just make sure that it's set like that. One thing that we need to bring up is make sure that your game is off, no power to your game, before you change this. In other words, it won't accept that change with the game on. When the game is off and it starts up and boots up with it like that, that's when it's going to make that change. So if you want to change your dip switch settings, you need to make sure to power your game off and then make these changes like so. It might be 1, 2, 3, and 4 on. And then you would turn the game back on and that would change the settings. And this may be the number of lives, or this may be the bonus. A lot of times too, the M ones will be like for test mode. Sometimes to get into a test mode, you'll turn one dip switch on and then it'll take you into test mode. Just follow your manual, of course. If you have any questions or anything, just email us or call us. Again, we just want to reiterate that your game must be off when you do this and make your changes, then turn it back on. Also, that most games are all different. Even a JAMA board versus another board, the dip switch settings are usually not the same. So you need to really refer to your manual, or you're going to change up a bunch of things that you don't want to. You won't hurt anything, but it will make your game do things that you may not want it to do, or play like you may not want it to play. So make sure that you change your dip switches according to the manual, according to the settings that you want. And remember, they're not like every other game. So anyway, a very simple thing that you can do, and keep in mind that a lot of newer games don't have dip switches, because you can go in as a software type or a soft dip switch that you change in the settings. But this will help you on a lot of your classic games. Again, we'd like to thank you for watching again today, and we appreciate all your support, and we hope that you learned something today. If you ever have any questions or comments, just email or call us, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks again for watching Arcade Repair Tips video series, now in high def.